Hi, ladies. It's Katie Ross here, Executive Director and Senior Board Member in Australia. And I'm here today to do a little video on how I did my $50,000 month last month in May. I've had quite a few of you reach out to me, so I thought I would give you some little tips, and hopefully this video will help you with your businesses. I'll tell you a little bit about me. I've been a consultant a little over 5 years. I started in March 2011, and I went to my first party then, about a month before that, and my friend from school was having this party, and she said, Katie, we're going to have a sex toy party. And I looked at her and I said, you're going to what? And I couldn't think of anything worse. I thought, what is this sex toy party? Live demonstrations or something? And I had no idea. Pure Romance was brand new in Australia. We'd never heard of this company in my life, and I'd never heard of these kinds of parties. I had a rare night off that night, so I thought I'll go along to this party and see what it's all about. I was working 3 jobs when I started Pure Romance. So I was in natural medicine. So I just finished my diploma in naturopathy, and then I had 6 months left of my degree. And at that party, had a great time. It was completely different to what I thought it would be, thank goodness. And I found out after that party had finished, the consultant that did that party made a little over $800 in profit. And I looked at her and I said, you made that in, how long you been here? 3 hours? And she did. She showed me how it worked and everything. So that's what sparked my interest. And I was not making much more than that, working 3 jobs, 60 hours a week. So I thought, I want to do this. I want to give this a go, but it was really out of my comfort zone. When I started this, I was quite a shy, reserved person, and this business has just opened up so many doors for me. And when I started this, I thought maybe I'll do Pure Romance and my full-time job together, get rid of my part-time job. So that did happen within the month. And then within 10 months, I was able to give up my full-time job. So I was able to do Pure Romance full-time. I had built a team. I was at director level. My party schedule was consistent. So I took a leap of faith. And it was a leap of faith. It was really scary, and thought, nah, I'm going to do this. I was having the time of my life. I absolutely loved doing the parties. I was having fun. I was meeting new people. I was bonding with my team. And I just really knew that if I was going to spend a little bit more time on this and just do this full time, I know that I can make this work. And the other thing is, I've been on a lot of trips with this company. My most favorite trip, I got to take my mum to Europe last year in June. Chris and Patty gifted me with the most amazing trip, and I got to bring a guest, and my mum was the first person I'd thought of. She had never been overseas in her life, and actually to the day today we were in London, and it's been a whole year since we went, and we just created the best long life memories. We had the best time, like the time of our life, and that is a trip that I'm always going to remember. And I booked my flights for national training in August yesterday. Yay, I'm so excited to see a lot of you. And I put that up on Facebook, and one of my friends actually commented on the post, and she said, Katie, how many times have you been to America since you started this? And she guessed it might have been 9 or 10 times. And then I thought, I'm going to work this out. This is going to be my 7th trip to America in the last 4 years. Now, that is crazy. The amount of money it actually costs to fly over there in flights is ridiculous, but we won't go into that. But it costs a lot for us to travel, for us to go from Australia to America or Australia to Europe. It costs a lot of money. And there's no way I would have been able to, first of all, take time off, and second of all, actually spend the money and be there for a few weeks at a time if it hadn't have been for Pure Romance. So it's changed my life in that way. I've been able to go on the best experiences of my life. I bought a brand new car last year. I paid cash for that. And that is definitely something I wouldn't have been able to do if it hadn't been for Pure Romance. And I'm in the process at the moment of buying a house. Now, our market here at the moment is not very good, so I'm just waiting for the right time, but it's definitely going to happen this year. And then after that, I'm going to be building my dream home. And the thing that Pure Romance has given me is it's given me goals and dreams, and it's making me dream bigger. That's something that I never did when I started this. I never dreamt. I never thought I could do what I did. And I've met some of my best friends through this company, the greatest people ever. Some of them are not even in Australia, they're overseas. And the biggest thing this has done for me is confidence. And I believe in myself. I believe in the mission of empower, educate, entertain women. I just believe in this whole company. And most of all, I believe in myself. And I feel like that's a huge part of my success is I go out there and do it. I don't fear anything. If someone says no to me, I'm on to the next person. I don't get upset if things don't go my way. I'm very positive and I just stay in that frame of mind. And I just don't let anything get to me. I mean, life happens, yes. But when you're going to that party, you've got to go there and give those girls the best experience of their life. They might not have had a girls' night out in a long time. They might have children or they're just not getting out of the house. So you go there and you give them the best experience of your life. You make that party fun. And just connect with people, get to know them as people, because we are in the business of building relationships with people. And that is something that I do with my hostess. I become friends with her and I get to know her and about her life, if she has kids and, you know, what she does for work. It's really important to connect with people. And that's what I do when I do my hostess coaching. I keep in touch with them. Hostess coaching, I'll tell you ladies, is where it's at. This is how I have done what I've done, is from the moment I've booked that party in, book it in at the party. I go home, I do their Facebook event, I send them a message and I say, hey Sarah, it was lovely to meet you this evening. I'm so glad you had fun. I am super excited for your party coming up on the 11th of July. Your Facebook event's all done, so you can start inviting. Yay. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm going to keep in touch with you. I'm going to send you a fun party planning email in a couple of days' time. So I do send that email out after that, a couple of days after the party. I send them a red stamp with a save the date, and then a week before the party, I send them a second red stamp for them to send out to their guests to remind their guests about the party. The more touches, the better. You don't want to just be communicating by phone. You don't want to be communicating by text. You want to be using multiple methods to communicate with your hostess. Something about myself as well is that I'm very consistent in what I do. I work my business day in and day out. I do have 2 full days off every single week, and that is Fridays. I don't party usually on Thursday nights, and I have Sundays off. Now, I also take off 1 full weekend a month. So I'm actually having quite a bit of time off, more time than probably a lot of people would think. And I think that is important because I find if I'm working every single day, and I have been at that point in the past where I have been run down and just overwhelmed and everything. As soon as I started taking days off and time to myself was when my business started to improve. So you need to try and take some time out for yourself. Go to the beach. If you have a beach near you, we have the beach down the road. We're very lucky here. I know that. Just whatever you want to do. So your hobbies, or you're going to the pub or going out for dinner, you're going out with your family, you need to have that downtime, because I find when I have that downtime for myself, I refocus, I reconnect with myself, and then I'm good to go the next day. Consistency really is the key to success. It's doing the same things over and over again, and consistent actions equals consistent results. And that is all I do. My business is very, very simple. I have mastered the basics. And a lot of new consultants that come into the business, I find they tend to overcomplicate things. Even women that have been in the business a year, 5 years, they sometimes really forget that it's all about the basics: book, sell, share, repeat. And that is what Pure Romance is. I don't overcomplicate anything. I just keep it simple. And I don't beat myself up if I don't do things. Now, I'm not perfect. There's times where I drop the ball sometimes on things with Hostess Coaching, or I haven't created a Facebook event. I might have forgotten about it. And I always say done is better than perfect. It's better to do something than not do it at all. And what affects your life, what you do today affects your life 2 to 3 months down the road. The other thing is I party a lot of weeknight parties. As I said, I take a month off every single month. My weeknight parties are my biggest parties ever, especially Monday, Tuesday nights. Now, I'm not sure what it's like over in the US. I would say it'd be probably the same as Australia. I don't see how that would be any different, but people have things on weekends. They have weddings, birthdays, they have family things on. Book the weeknight parties in. I promise you, your sales will go through the roof. As long as you're doing your hostess coaching and following all the party planning, try and book some weeknights and see how that goes. And when I book my parties, I don't book any more than 4 weeks out. It's always within 2 to 3 to 4 weeks. And some of my biggest parties have been booked 1 week away. It's actually blown my mind, because people don't need a lot of notice unless they've got family or they need to plan stuff. They don't need notice, really, and the less notice, the better. And this is what I tell them. I tell my hostesses that weeknight parties are where it's at. If you tell them that, they're going to trust what you say. Just be confident in what you're saying, and you're going to get the best party ever. And if you work on your hostess coaching, tell your hostess to over-invite 40 or more people. Encourage everyone to bring a friend or two. Keep an eye on that Facebook event. If they're not inviting enough people, I'm straight on the phone and I'm like, can you invite a few more people? And just have fun with it. Because if you get more people at the party, you're going to have more sales, you're going to have more bookings, and you're going to have more recruit leads. Everything is just going to fall into place for you. Now, when I did my last month, $50,000, I had 23 parties. My average sales were 2,100, and my average guests were 21. So how's that? That's crazy. It's funny because I'm actually on track to hit around that again this month, and it's because I've built the momentum. I've got that momentum going, and I'm not going to drop the ball on it. So you just got to keep going with it and have fun. And I actually did a lot of travel the last few weeks. I got out of Perth. This is where I'm from, Perth. It's on the west side of Australia. And I traveled for hours. Some of those parties are huge. Like my biggest party last month was over $5,000 in one party. And that is because I got out, and I tell my hostess, I'm going to be traveling. I need you to make sure you've got at least 20 people there and collect pre-orders before the party. If there's pre-orders there before the party, you've already got money in your pocket straight away before you even begin. I mean, how amazing is that? So I think the pre-order thing definitely helped me last month, making sure that they've got orders before the party starts. And also VIP box. Now, this is something that I implemented earlier on in my business. For some reason, I stopped doing it. I have no idea why, but I've brought it back. And it's freaking amazing. So what I did was I worked out my average party sales, and then I bumped it up $50. So my average party sales was sitting around the $200 mark. So I bumped it up. My VIP starts at $250, and then my elite VIP goes to $350. So if they spend over $250 at a party, they get something out of the VIP box for free. If they go over $350, they get two things out of that box for free. And women love stuff for free. Who doesn't like free stuff? So if they're close to that VIP, I'm like, Sarah, you're only $20 away from VIP. What else would you like? What else? And this is how you should run your shopping room as well when you're doing cross-selling and upselling. Big shout out to Corinne Kinshare for this. This is something that has changed my life as well. What else? Just keep adding on until they say no. They're going to say no eventually. Just keep asking and cross-selling. If they're getting a toy cleaner, lubricant, TLC, tote, lubricant cleaner, enhancement cream. Everyone needs an enhancement cream in their order, and just making sure they're not missing out any of the sections. So bath and beauty, massage, lubricants, just go through the catalog. And yeah, the VIP box is amazing. So that's something that I would look at implementing into the business as well. And setting goals for yourself. If you want to achieve something, you need to set goals. You need to work out how much your average party profit is. You need to work out how many parties you need to do that month to hit that goal. And I'm constantly setting goals all the time. Every single week, I'm setting goals for myself. And if I don't hit the goals, that's okay. At least I get close. And yeah, ladies, just get out there and do it. Make it happen. Don't make excuses. I never make excuses at all. And just go out there and have fun with people. The mindset of being successful as well, just be clear on what you want and how you want to do it and what you want to get out of it. The best way to go is to write down your goals, because if you write them down, they're more likely to come true. And reward yourself. If you hit a goal, reward yourself. So if you ladies have any questions about that, please let me know. If you have any questions about how I did my $50,000 a month, I covered everything that I could. If you have any questions about how like Hostess Coaching or anything at all that I haven't mentioned that you'd like to know, please feel free to comment below. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. And I'm looking forward to seeing many of you in August very, very soon. So big love and hugs from Australia. And I'll see you soon. Bye.